But I'm gonna tell you right now, this machine, bro, wow, blew my mind. Can run up to 10 pumps, and when they're testing a new product, they will run it for nearly 40 days
nonstop
to simulate like 500,000, workload
cycles.
of the thing. So like 70,000 miles is basically what they. All right, guys, welcome to episode 109 of the Drag Drive Repeat Show presented by Summit Racing. Tonight, we're recapping the biggest weekend in drag and drive, how many racers participated, who ran what, and who won with what. DeatchsWorks is a leading manufacturer of high-performance fuel system components. The DW product line includes fuel injectors, fuel pumps, pump modules, fuel rails, regulators, filters, lines, and fittings, and surge tank. Engineered to support power levels ranging from 400 to, I'm going to say, 3,000 horsepower now, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Since its founding, DeatchsWorks has been committed to delivering quality, innovation, and precision to the automotive performance industry. Every DW product is built to maximize reliability and efficiency, ensuring optimal fueling solutions for racers, tuners, and performance enthusiasts worldwide. With a focus on engineering excellence and industry-leading customer support, DeatchsWorks continues to drive the future of high-performance fueling. Big shout out to them for giving us the tour. It was awesome to have that moment to just, we spent probably an hour walking around the back. It was so cool.
Yeah,
it was
definitely a cool place to check out. Glad we made that decision to stop there because it was super cool to see, everything from their testing to their packaging, tons and tons of cool stuff. That right there was super cool.
Yeah, so just a bit to go through just some stuff here. The photos you're looking at are actual, Eric took these photos of stuff in the warehouse. Super cool to go around there and see just the brain power it takes to put all that together. Like, because they don't just, okay, here's our shipment, okay, send it out. It's like every single pump and injector is tested. Everything is made sure it's good to go. Everything is labeled and put away and bagged, and it was just that we have a whole video on it. The whole tour is on the video, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this machine, bro, wow, blew my mind. Can run up to 10 pumps, and when they're testing a new product, they will run it for nearly 40 days
nonstop.
Let me say that again: 40 days to simulate like what, 500,000
cycles
of the thing. So like 70,000 miles is basically what they're trying to put on. So you start thinking about that. Like, how many times have you driven your hot rod 70,000 miles? It's probably Rich Guido.
Yeah, right.
On the same fuel pump, right? Because typically as hot rodders, we're upgrading. We run out of pump, we put a bigger pump in it. We run out of injector, we put bigger injectors in it. And we do that every season on some cars, or sometimes halfway through the season. Sometimes before you even drive it, people are upgrading stuff. Oh, I bought a bigger turbo. It's better put a bigger injector and a bigger set of, bigger pump in it and all that kind of stuff. The injector machine, same way. Nearly 40 days that they're cycling through injectors and making sure that they're going to live, looking at the wear on the injectors. Man, these guys are nerdy for some cool shit. It was awesome to be around that whole facility and see all the cool stuff that's there. So highly recommend you swing by there. They're right down from the Capitol in Oklahoma City, and I'm sure Krista and Kai and it's not Sean, but it's something really close. Jean, maybe Jean?
That's what I thought it was.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. I think you are right, because we were talking about that in the messenger. Yeah. So good call on that, man.
And then David, we got to talk to David himself.
Yeah. Mr. Deatch.
Yes.
It was so funny. So we're walking out to the car, and I was like, it was behind an F-150, and it opens the video if you guys haven't seen it yet. And I was like, hold on, y'all stand over there, and I'm going to record you as you come around the corner. And they were like, y'all drove this?
And for how long?
Yeah, in the rain.
Yeah. And then, of course, crazy week. We're already running behind. We get in the cart. We're bombing down the interstate, 75 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Take our exit. We're just about there. Turn the corner. What happens?
Oh, dude, completely destroyed all of my Cayman Jack margaritas because
the cooler wasn't strapped down.
Threw the cooler off. Luckily, a tow truck driver was right behind us. Didn't know that. So he just blocked the lane, turned the lights on. It was no big deal cleaning them up, except that we had to drive up probably 300 feet. No, maybe not that far. Maybe 150 feet up to pull off, or we'd have gone up over a big curb, which the cart could have done, but I didn't want to. And then he had a McFarlane Aviation shirt on. So, he's our people.
Pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it was was a good time.
Thank you, Matt, for this. Said we killed it. Appreciate that, and it was so much fun.
Oh, I could hug that dude one more time. It was awesome. So big shout out to DeatchsWorks. This right here, this shot here, for folks listening on the podcast, just stop listening, go to YouTube, find this. You've got to see this. This was all stuff that was just they were working on. Like, it's just like this pile of modules, and it really, that's why I said they do 3,000 horsepower now, is because they were working on a GTR in-tank module setup that'll support 3,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
Literal drop in into a factory tank. Crazy. Big time stuff. Like Danny Fatkus says, it's also called engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cart slogan, have cardboard will travel.
Yeah, and big shout out to DeatchsWorks. Also, we grabbed some of the what I call chloroplast, which is like corrugated cardboard but plastic, and then we never used it. We didn't have to. It didn't rain anymore. It did get a little chilly one night, but that was it. We just put hoodies on.
But you know what? That stuff will come in handy at some point.
Oh yeah. So I was digging around in the shop yesterday. If I'm going to take it to Six Summer, I'm probably going to have to figure out something. So I found the pieces from before that I had actually cut, trimmed, and all fit nice and all that stuff. But man, it's so boring. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm still up in the air if I'm going to bring it to Six Summer. I may though. Anyways, okay. Let's talk about Sick on the Green. Huge event. Nearly 200 cars signed up from Drag and Drive and other race car life. You guys can find all the results and stuff at sickthemag.com, sickthemagazine.com. Derek did an incredible job doing a write-up on what all went on over there. So I kind of snipped some of the stuff Drag and Drive related for our side. I didn't get a car count on what the Drag and Drive class was, but what I did see is that our boy Jeremy Ortiz, Team Hybrid Racing, took down the $3,000 Little Gangsters class, which is a 530 index with no time slips. So you don't get time on the boards, you don't even get a time slip for yourself to know where you're at. So this is pretty cool. I think that class should be sponsored by Draggy.
Yeah, right.
Like how many brilliant. Yeah, so that should, because I can't imagine the amount of Draggies that are in those cars. But big shout out to him. Took home $3,000. So he won at Streetcar Bragging Rights, won like $5,000, $4 or $5,000 there, and another $3,000 here at Sick on the Green.
And he's coming to Six Summer.
Yeah, and he's coming to Six Summer. There's no money won at Six Summer, but he's coming for that win. He's one of 13 people that have ran a perfect 8.500. So pretty awesome. And then big shout out to Jimmy Dale, kind of a Drag and Drive adjacent guy. I love that guy. $10,000 win on Saturday, and then ran up against Bill Schwartz, another huge Drag and Drive guy. He's been on 10 Drag and Drives. So running in the 530 class, Little Gangsters class, I had at Sick on the Green for Saturday.
Yeah,
all right,
that's awesome.
Yep, and then I'll let you run this first here because this is pretty badass.
So the Drag and Drive portion of Sick Streetcar Challenge, Chuck Stefanski took that home. $4,000 in the wagon, quickest big block, quickest supercharger, quickest four-door, and quickest 275 radial. That's $7,000 right there in sick events.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking awesome. So big shout out to Chuck. Big 3 Racing had him on the show a couple weeks ago. Man, that wagon just continues to impress. And I think we figured out then it's the quickest centrifugal supercharger Drag and Drive. So pretty awesome. We'll stay on him and run through some of the other winners too.
Yep. And then so from Sick the Mag, 7 racers claimed 2 checks for their efforts. They included the Stefanski's Ohio neighbors, Bob Hess with the quickest turbo and quickest small block, and Rick Trunkett, quickest Mopar and best reaction time. So big 3 Racing out there and killing it.
Yeah. And then Lamar Swindell Jr., who picked up quickest Chevrolet and quickest nitrous titles. Six Summer Cole Rymars, hey, we know that kid. Quickest naturally aspirated small block and young gun. Mike Finnegan doubled up and claimed quickest stick shift and quickest gasser.
Yeah, pretty awesome. And then 2-time Sick Week competitor Kevin Schweizer picked up 2 checks with his unique Godzilla-powered Mercury station wagon, quickest Ford, and slitting the most consistent category with fellow Ford runner Jason Wagoner. Newly married Jacob Davis won quickest AMC and quickest naturally aspirated big block.
That's awesome. And then Barry Cook, I love his car. Put together the best average to win the highly contested best street race 535 average category. Pretty awesome, man. The Sick on the Green and Sick at the Rock events, I think definitely have a place in Drag and Drive. I think those style events are going to be popping up a lot more. I think we're going to see a lot more Drag and Drive oriented stuff. Bragging rights, I think, is a streetcar bragging rights is a great example of, these guys probably already raced that stuff, but now they're just getting a lot more publicity, I guess, probably the best way to say it. And then Tyler Scholl's asking, are we going to Six Summer?
summer.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh
I'll be there. I'll be there again all week, and you're coming up for the first few days.
yep. Day 0 and day 1. Then I'm headed back home. We got so much stuff to do here at the house. So again, big shout out to DeatchsWorks. Appreciate them for giving us the tour. Appreciate them for their support here at the channel and all the fun stuff that they do within the drag and drive community. Thank you so much for being our race car friends. Hit the share button as you're coming in here. Let's do this. Let's have some fun. We couldn't have made that trip without our sponsors. Sponsors make a big part of this. They make our travel possible, our equipment possible, all that kind of stuff. So Summit Racing, DeatchsWorks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil. We get to hang out with all of them this weekend or last week while we were on Mega Week. Howard's Cams had to lean on Luke B. Man, I appreciate him being such a great partner, actually overnighting a cam to us to try and get the old truck back together. It's actually what's going to go in the old truck next. J-Wire Solutions, big congratulations to those guys on their win. They put all of the podium at Drop the Hammer was for the 545 class was J-Wire Solutions cars. WAF Racing, can't wait to see Chris very soon. Performer Built Transmissions, Car Change 3D, Power Tube TV, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classified. Y'all, we can't do it without all of those folks. So if you're trying to, get you some more car parts, we would appreciate if you'd slide over there and try and get it from them. That'd be awesome.